Welcome to our conference. Welcome to our conference. Welcome to our conference. Welcome to our conference.
Welcome to Charles Sturt University. Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices 2020 conference, brought to you by the Early Childhood Research Group. My name is Professor Sharon McLeod.
And I'm Dr. Tamara Cumming.
And we are the conference co-chair.
We are delighted to have you here with us to share the conference this week. In Australia, we begin formal events such as these with an acknowledgement of the traditional custodians of the land. Today we have two for you. The first is presented by children from Taurai Max, an early childhood service here in Bathurst. The second comes from our colleague, Dr. Sarah Verdon.
Here's the land, here's the land, here's the sky, here's the sky. Here my friends, here are my friends, and here am I, and here am I. Knowledge and wondering people, knowledge and wondering people, and here's land, we play and learn. Play and learn.
We'd like to start the conference by acknowledging the lands on which Charles Sturt University is located. We are standing on the lands of the world's longest continuous human civilization. We acknowledge the Wiradjuri, Ngunnawal, Gundungurra and Biripi peoples of Australia, who are the traditional custodians of the lands on which Charles Sturt's campuses are located. And we pay our respects to their elders past and present and those emerging future elders. We also acknowledge and pay our respects to our Australian Indigenous colleagues and peers joining us at the conference. We acknowledge the strength and survival of the First Nations of the lands we now call Australia for over 60,000 years. We also acknowledge that the exchange of knowledge and the fostering of children's development has been undertaken on these lands for more than 2,000 generations. And we respectfully continue this tradition of listening, learning and exchanging knowledge today.
We'd now like to introduce Professor John McDonald, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Education at Charles Sturt University, to formally open the conference.
Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices 2020 conference. I'm John McDonald, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Education at Charles Sturt University, Australia. And on behalf of the faculty and university, we welcome over 1,300 participants from across the world. From Australia, Bangladesh, Belgium, Canada, China, Denmark, Fiji, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Malta, Myanmar, Netherlands, Nigeria, Norway, Oman, Pakistan, Peru, Scotland, Turkey, the UAE, UK, US, and a special welcome to the participants from Zambia. What an amazing time to bring people together. Across the globe, who would have thought that an international conference during COVID lockdown could generate such a groundswell of interest from researchers and other people interested in early childhood. And yes, during lockdown we've been starved of the usual networking, but I don't think this alone can account for the number of participants at this Early Childhood Voices 2020 conference. I know it's because you care so deeply about improving life outcomes and the developmental potential of young children, and that's what's at the heart of this conference. Early childhood as a key stage of human life through speech and educational opportunities. The language, the communication skills are crucial to young children's overall development, and being able to speak clearly and process speech sounds, to understand others, to express our ideas, to interact with others, are all fundamental building blocks for a child's development. So your multidisciplinary research and networks are important in bringing about change in early childhood services of all types. How you listen to diverse voices in early childhood, the children themselves, the practitioners, the families and the providers. It is such inspiring work and so important to the future of young children, and I think the future of this planet. Which is why the work presented at this conference is so strongly aligned to the United Nations Social Development Goals. I would like to acknowledge our early childhood research group at Sturt University. They've organised this conference. I think the seed of the idea was planted some 5 months ago, and in such a short time has grown into a mighty oak. So thank you to the wonderful group of early childhood researchers here at this university and the fantastic support staff who have thrown every effort in such remarkable circumstances of the COVID shutdown to prepare such a conference. Our early childhood research group is fundamentally concerned with promoting social justice for children, families and practitioners who work in the early childhood sector. Our group of researchers use really innovative methods, theories and partnerships. They produce, they translate and they implement research, and they generate a really solid body of evidence-based practice that helps to continue to develop practice, programs and policies in early childhood. So thank you sincerely and deeply to the wonderful group of researchers and our fantastic professional support staff for preparing such an amazing conference. Look, my final thoughts are about linking the conference and the work of our researchers to the key mission of Sturt University. The ethos of the university is summed up in the Wiradjuri phrase of the local Indigenous community, and the phrase is Inyamara Winhangara, which means the wisdom of respectfully knowing how to live well in a world worth living in. And it is summed up in our university's motto that we do things for the public good. And I know this conference and the work that you will be doing at this conference is true to that ethos and to the motto of our university. Thank you for joining us at the conference. I wish you all the best and truly hope to meet you someday when the COVID lockdown is over. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
We decided to stage Early Childhood Voices 2020 in response to the COVID-19 epidemic. So many of us had research we wanted to share, but the conferences were cancelled. So we decided to put one on ourselves and invite all of our friends in the early childhood education and speech pathology sectors.
First of all, we'd like to thank the children of the world who inspire us every day in the work that we do. Thank you to the children, the families, and the professionals and practitioners, the governments and policymakers who work to support children to be who they are now and who they will be, our future society. This conference has been an amazing journey. We have presenters from across the world. We have 9 amazing keynote speakers. We have 93 presentations from 17 countries. When we recorded this, we had 2,164 registrations from 70 countries. Thank you to you all. Thank you to our Early Childhood Research Group Committee, who have worked tirelessly to put this together. A special thank you to my co-chair, Dr. Tamara Cumming, to Belinda Downey, to Sarah Verdon, and all the people who've worked so hard from our committee. Thank you so much to Nicole Longhurst, to Crystal Gleeson, and to Nicola Ivory, who did so much work in the background for us. Thank you to our Executive Dean, John McDonald, who planted the idea in our minds and really encouraged us to go ahead with this event.
We've started a Facebook group for Early Childhood Voices 2020, so you can stay in touch with other people who you come across in the presentations, whether they're the presenters or colleagues with whom you'd like to connect. We really encourage you to join the group and stay connected, and look forward to next year's Early Childhood Voices 2021.
We hope you enjoy all of the presentations between the 16th and 20th of November. Some of our presenters have asked for their presentations to be removed after that time. You can find out which ones they are, both on our website and in our conference proceedings book. Please stay safe and learn so much from this conference, as we already have done. And thank you for all the things that you do for the world's children.
So keep researching, stay safe, and welcome to our conference!
Welcome to our conference! Welcome to Ecv2020!
Welcome to Early Childhood Voices 2020.
Nisa Mbulavanaka from Fiji, welcome to the Early Childhood Voices Conference 2020.
Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices Conference 2020.
Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices Conference. We hope you enjoy the presentations.
Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices Conference 2020. We hope you enjoy this event.
Welcome to Australia, and welcome to the Early Childhood Voices 2020 conference.
Welcome to Early Childhood Voices 2020.
Welcome to the Early Childhood Voices Conference from Sturt University, Australia.
Welcome to our conference. We really hope you enjoy Early Childhood Voices 2020.
We hope you enjoy our Early Childhood Voices 2020 conference from Australia.
Red, black, yellow is the color of fun. Red, black, yellow makes us really, really glad. We wave our flags so proudly so everyone can see. Red, black, and yellow is the flag for me.